Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Are you a fan of Star Wars and especially Luke Skywalker? Would you like to go on an adventure like Luke Skywalker did uh, in his training? And so, what I'm talking about is I'm going to do a series here for the rest of the year, and it's going to be a weekly series. And what we're going to do, we're going to explore chi energy. And what I'm going to be doing is teaching you the things that I was taught in the beginning on uh, becoming enlightened with chi. And the chi opens up a whole new world. And one of the things that I can say is that in the beginning, this is probably the most difficult thing that you will ever do uh, in terms of trying to just get past the first step, because the first step is extremely challenging, and it was one of my most difficult periods because um, nothing was happening. Literally, I was not experiencing things to happen, and the reason why um, uh, it was difficult in the beginning was because of my microwave mentality. I'm thinking that, okay, I'm going to start practicing this, and things are going to happen. Well, no. For me, my chi training, the chi enlightenment, took me 10 years, 10 years to attain the mastery that I have today. And that mastery is that I can be fully aware of people walking into an area 25 yards from me, and I can read their energy. I know what's on their mind, I know their feelings. Also, walls, solid walls do not limit your chi. You can feel through the walls. And I do, because I have homeless people literally outside my walls and inside my 25-yard uh, aura. And so I know who's there because I can feel their energy. I know who it is because I've gone out there to verify all of these little things. And uh, once you attained a level of mastery, it you cannot turn it off. And so a lot of folks say, "Well, how come you don't have a whole lot of friends and you don't like big groups, you don't like crowds?" That's because uh, chi it is very interesting. It drains your energy because you are using your energy to receive the energy. And so, with a lot of people around, it really tires you out mentally very quickly. And so, that's why you rarely see me in large crowds, because anybody within 25 yards of me, I'm already receiving their their energies. I'm reading their energies, and it can't be turned off. And so that's one of the downfalls of having chi enlightenment once you've reached the mastery section. Also, another thing that I need to warn you about: those of you that are atheists or um, that don't believe that there is a higher power or a universe of knowledge, you're going to have a very difficult time with this, because this opens up, and changes will actually change you uh, once you've reached the third level of enlightenment. The third level is part of the path, the journey onto total enlightenment. And what I mean in total enlightenment is that you're able to leave this realm and see into the future, or you can review backwards. That's what she does. It opens up a vast world that most people will never see in this lifetime, and very few people have the mastery to to leave their bodies and rely upon a higher knowledge, a universal knowledge that has all the answers. And so one of the first exercises when we get started here is clearing your mind and finding your internal senses. You have sensory all around you. Your fingertips, you already know about uh, vision, hearing, and just connecting. But yet, at times, have you ever had a sixth sense feeling about something? Well, that's your chi. Your chi is actually reading something and letting you know about it. And so, what we're going to do is develop your internal chi. And how we're going to attain that is by internal peace. And we have to create harmony and peace with your mind and your soul, your heart. And that can be very challenging at times because your mind has a different perspective than your body. But both have to be in harmony and in sync in order to move on to the first level of the chi, the chi enlightenment. And the first level of chi enlightenment is being able to be aware of everything in your body. Number one, that's your first exercise, learning about the senses and yourself internally. So, how we do that, we find a quiet place in your home, in your apartment. Uh, it could be in an outdoor setting, even if you can find something where there's literally very very little noise input, because that little noise input is that distraction that's going to keep you from attaining your first level of chi. Because the first thing that you have to do is be able to not think. And uh, to do that, it's for some of you may say, well, that's impossible. You're always thinking, and you're correct. But there is a way. You have to meditate. It's called meditation. And with that meditation, it's clearing your mind of all thoughts. And the first part that you is going to be the most difficult is that first minute, attaining your first 1 minute without thought. And you're going to say, oh, well, that's easy, I can go without. Oh, no, 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 no. Any thought that you have is your enemy at that time. And that's that's your first hurdle, clearing your mind completely. What you need to be doing is not having thoughts, not thinking about work, not thinking about your children, not thinking about what you're going to do, not thinking about being hungry, uh, and then thinking about, well, this isn't working. That's your roadblock right there. That's why it's not working. You have to clear your mind, and what you should be focusing on is yourself internally. What you need to be focusing on first, and the easiest to start with, your target, is listening for your heart, listening for your heartbeats. And then once you've start hearing and feeling and experiencing your heartbeat, go into that deeper. Bring yourself to become your heart, and feel the senses, feel the surroundings, what's going on, what's the flow, what's the systems. So these are things that you're going to look at internally, because these are the first steps in clearing your mind. And you have to be able to have completely clear thoughts in order for the universe to impart new knowledge into you. With all the things going on in your head, there's too much distraction, and you can't receive that knowledge from the universe. And so that's what I'm going to be referring to, the knowledge of the universe, the great universe, for those of you that are not religious. And those of you that are religious, it is the great universal knowledge that goes beyond this realm. And then once you've achieved a higher plane of enlightenment with your chi, time and space disappear. Literally, time and space disappear because you can be gone for in your meditative state for 5, 10, 15 minutes, but yet your mind and your soul you have left this realm and are in a fifth dimension. That fifth dimension has no time, has no space. It is free of boundaries. That's the fifth dimension. And you'll know when you received it and when you've achieved it, because it is a place that is incredible. The knowledge, the love, everything that is there is for you. But you have to attain that enlightenment. You have to earn it. You have to develop your own energies in order to become the antenna to receive energies. Just like Luke Skywalker, early on, he was just a wandering person. Then he got was told that he was the chosen one, and so the chosen one be, began a journey of training and feeling the force. And so, growing up watching Star Wars when it first came out, it was watching on the screen my journey through my chi enlightenment and training that I was going through at the time, because I started in 1974 training my chi. I had gotten to a point in my Wing Chun uh, training that there was very little more that can be taught, and so my sifus moved me forward into to the chi training master, my sifu master for chi, and through that, over the next 10 years, I was able to attain the mastery of my Sifu master, and it was an incredible journey. That's all that I can say. It was extremely challenging, probably more challenging than anything that I've ever experienced in this lifetime and in this 3D dimension. So, getting started, first thing you want to do, find a quiet place. Set aside up to 30 minutes. Um, you may want to have a clock in the room, but for your 1 minute. But the thing that you should be doing is aiming and having your eyes closed for that minute, clearing your mind, which I said, which is going to be your most challenging hurdle to begin with, is clearing your mind. And you're going to be closing your eyes. You're going to put yourself working yourself into a meditative state where you literally feel time does not exist, and it's a weird feeling. I can tell you, it's a weird feeling once you've attained that, because when you start being able to account for time, not using your mind, but time and space, because now you're using your internal sensory, the atoms and the ions that make up your aura, bring back messages to your mind. And it's training your mind to be able to receive these messages. So that's the first step that we're going to take this week. So work on that this week. We'll be back next Monday, and we'll pick up from this point, and hopefully that maybe you've been able to attain that 1 minute. I don't think you will, because it took me nearly a year just to uh, attain my first minute and be able to recognize time and space without using my head. Literally, all of a sudden, your your sensory says your 1 minute time is up, open, and then once we get past 1 minute, you're going to do five. You're going to do 5 minutes. That would be your next goal in your first step. So Thanks for joining me this week. Good luck on your journey to chi enlightenment.